So similar to the last lecture, in this one we want to look at seasonality. So I just make a few changes. We will remove the quarter, we will keep the year in column, and our data looks like this. So as you can see, we have 12 months. We have the sales value and the profit value and the total of sales and profit. So we go to pivot table analyze and we insert a pivot chart. And the chart we want is a line chart. But you notice the line chart it just doesn't look right. It shows a sum and profit like this. So there are 8 different lines. So we have 4 lines for sales for 4 years and 4 lines for profit for 4 years. So we'll keep it simple. I will remove the profit for now. We will just keep the sales value, and now it looks a lot better. So we can see the sales and the profit amount like this. And as you can see, we can see the seasonality. And if you notice carefully, in the month of June 2014 and 15, my recent 2 years were exactly the same. But if you look at the month of September, there was a huge gap between 14 and 15, right? So very interesting narrative that you're able to present. There are also different analysis that you can do. For example, I can now right click on show values and then say percentage difference from, and this will allow me to choose the previous month as the base item. This means that Feb will be compared against January, March against Feb, April against March, and so on. So if you notice, 4.87% means that the sales for February was 4.87% lesser than the sales for January. Again, if we go to insert chart, we get this very interesting visualization that tells us that there have been certain months in which for all the 4 years there has always been a decline month over month. So in the month of July and in the month of October and in the month of February, there is always a seasonality factor where there is a decline in all the years compared to the previous month. Again, a very interesting analysis that you can present. And if you want to validate it with all the different business segments, you can insert a slicer, put your segment in this, and you will notice that when I click on different segments, the chart, we already had our segment here, so we can simply select that. You notice the result changes not significantly, but there are some small changes that you can see. Obviously, January will be blank because it doesn't have a base year, so January doesn't have anything to be compared against. Now imagine you wanted to do this for all the years as one long period. To do this, I will keep my year in my rows. We will show the data like this, and we will go to design, report layout. Oh, sorry, we will go to subtotal and then we will turn off the subtotal. And then we also want to say that in our report layout, we want an outline form. So it looks like this, but then why is this 2012 still coming? Think about it. If we select a tabular form, then you notice the data comes like this. Again, let me first remove the calculation. And if we do that once again, show values as percentage difference from the previous item, see what happens. We get the same result. And now when you make this into a chart, let me choose the line chart itself. Now we won't have different bars for different years. We can just create a large, very wide chart like this that can tell me that this is the change month over month for the entire 4-year period. A small tip here, whenever you see that these negative numbers are shown, you can simply double click or rather click on the label, say format axis, go to label, and then in the label position, select high. This way, the label will come at the top and the negative and positive numbers can be seen clearly. Again, this is slightly different to how we presented it earlier, but a wonderful way of presenting the data nevertheless.